My 10-minute morning sketch this morning will be a little different. I realized when I got up today that this one was really dark, and when you put it under glass, it's going to disappear. All the subtle, deep shades are going to disappear. So my challenge today is I am going to lighten this up, give myself 10 minutes to work on it. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
And I am off. So I want to, let's work in the depth first. It's a little tricky. Gonna bring these, see, even a little bit of something like that. Now I have to, as I add this in, think about how this tree is growing. Branches are coming out this way toward me, and the branches are also going up that way. I want to emphasize the sweetness of this, but also I am missing, it's a little, I mean, it's even more unbalanced than this little tree is in reality. So let's bring a little more variety over into this side of that tree, and maybe fill it, if just it needs a little more. That's a little better. This perhaps a little coming up to touch and break into that distant horizon. It was just too much separation, and it separated the images in the drawing, in the little painting. I want to pull these out a little bit more. That works pretty well, I think. Now I put some of that blue up there. I should touch some down here. Yeah, balance it out, and a little up into this area to keep the eye moving around the image. I need some depth, but not too much. Again, I don't want it so dark. And I'm finding that this pastel matte is a lot less sandy and grainy than what I'm used to. I'm very used to UArt, which is my workhorse, my go-to, and Lux Archival, also probably my favorite right now. I mean, favorites kind of come and go, but right now I'd say that Lux Archival is my favorite. I want a branch coming out to indicate that connection there. And I also have been given some Wallace, which is a historically favorite of many pastel artists, but is no longer made. Yeah, a very generous friend gave me some, and that has a good grit on it as well. All right, I want to add in a little more, but then I need to lighten this as well. That's not quite the right one. Maybe about this value here. Yeah. Bring this in. Trying to work around that negative space in there. Keep it interesting. Every little shape should have an interesting, it should add an interesting element into your painting. So they're irregular. Everything in nature is irregular, and we want to keep that going in the painting as well. A little more light as the ocean breaks through in the distance. That looks pretty good. Trying to remember, I don't have much time. I've got my 10 minutes to kind of complete this. I'm going to blue the distant shoreline back there. I'm going to blue it down a little bit, separate it from the branches, and I'm going into sticks. So blue gray for that. That kind of pushes that back, see? A little also on the peaks of those homes there, just to push those back because they're not that integral to this painting. I haven't lightened it a bit enough, I don't think. I'm going to bring in some more. I'm working with cool blues. See, this pastel is not even attaching to the painting. The sand is sort of there. This one it will pick up. That other one wouldn't even leave any pastel on the painting at all. That was quite interesting. Bring this green over there a little bit. Keep it on the top. This is where the branches are catching light. Yeah, kind of like that. I think already this is improving this drawing. That was a great color to use. I don't like the direction of those marks. I want to switch those up. And I want to bring in some of the light going on here. Now normally I would turn this over so I could reach in. Surprisingly, look how almost yellow that looks against the blues and greens that are there, but it's not. This is actually a green, a cool green. But in comparison to what's on there, it looks yellow. So it's going to add some good light. Nice highlight catching on the ocean behind, peeking through a couple of these spots of the tree. All right, I just got thinking about my time again. I wish Alexa could give me like a 2-minute warning. That would be nice. Let me see. Let's swoop this in a little bit more. All right, pastel matte is the surface we're on. I am retouching up the painting from yesterday because it just got too dark. It's looking better already, I think. Yeah. Oh, and I want to bring in some lighter grass in the foreground. Would that work? That might work. Yeah, there's some nice tip tops of the grass here catching the light from far beyond. I am just barely touching this pastel. Like there, I just touch. I don't even press. Touch and drag a little bit. Be surprised how light that touch is. Let's get a little light caught over here on the tips of these. That one shouldn't have gone horizontal. I don't want horizontal there. I'll just come, break it up. Don't have to cover it totally, just break it up a bit. Yeah. All right, I'm already happier with this. How are we looking? It's better. Alexa, how much time?
You have 1 minute left on your 10-minute timer.
Yay, 1 minute. See? Bring a little more of that warmth down in the foreground. Connect it up above. And let's just grab a bright, I find that teal often makes a white glow brighter. I'm not sure why, but it really kind of brightens that up. I add a little white in there itself. I rarely use a pure white, but every now and then. How are we looking? Better. Yeah. I think that's better. It was just too dark. It was too dark. Now we've got some glow even in the darker areas. I'm using a paper stump to define some of these marks. There it is, 10 minutes. Alexa, stop timer. All right. You know what I want? I know, I'm going a couple seconds over here. I want the a little peak of the roof right there. Maybe a little window. Yeah. Okay. Ta-da! 10 minutes. That's my first for today. That was my challenge. I'm working pretty much through on it. Pretty happy. Thanks. You should try a challenge for yourself too. Just do it, something familiar to you so you're comfortable and you can draw quickly and paint quickly and have fun with it. Fun is the best thing to have.